We literally had to move it outside and plug it in here in the outside outlet because the freaking onions.
Welcome back. My name is Julie, and this is another episode of Becoming a Cottage Wife, or the Cottage Wife Life. If you are not yet subscribed, I would ask you to please consider hitting that subscribe button and maybe even giving us a thumbs up. It would mean the world. Now here is what this aspiring cottage wife has been up to.
I did a bunch more harvesting of herbs and leaves and flowers this evening. I am wrapping up my Halloween bottle and potion crafting, and so I wanted to go ahead and get this done. I've got many more that are either almost done drying or are completely dry that need to be moved onward. I went ahead and hung up these guys here. That's some hollyhock leaves. A word of warning though with hollyhocks, once they do take root and get going in your yard, well, they really do take root and get going. Absolutely. Anywhere and everywhere. And I want to get all of this done because tomorrow the kids are going to bring in all of the grapes and any apples that are ready, and I'm going to work on processing those. So this has to get done. I've got cosmos, some that are already at seed, and then others that I'm just going to dry as dried flowers. And then I've got a lot of chamomile. We've got different mints. We've got sage. We've got mullein. More, let's see, dill. And in fact, there are some in here that have gone to seed, and I'm going to collect the seeds. And then more hollyhock and some snaps in there. I also harvested marigolds, but I had to hang those out on the front porch because they're just way too powerful for me to have inside. So I wanted to show you guys before I hang these up how cool this is. So if you look like right here, you can see what the flowers look like. And then if you look right here, you can see when the flowers start becoming seeds. And then right here, the actual seeds. And some of them have even already fallen into our bowl. How cool is that? So I am going to finish hanging these up, and then I'm going to harvest all of these beautiful little dill seeds. I definitely did better with the tomatoes this time. Look at that, they come right off. That is fantastic. So I'm thinking I cut them thick enough this time, and that just feels wonderful. I'm so happy. There's some more. These ones got, well, they were closer to the drying source, so oh well. Then we have onions. These guys were a pain. Oh my goodness. What did I do wrong? What can I do better? I mean, I eventually succeeded, but let's talk about what could be done better next time. We literally had to move it outside and plug it in here in the outside outlet because the freaking onions. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know if there's a way to do it so that it isn't so overwhelming, or maybe it was just the onions that we used, but yikes. Overall, I would say that my drying and dehydrating adventure is going really well. I've got fruits and tomatoes, which actually are also a fruit, and I've got vegetables, and then I've got all kinds of leaves, herbs, spices, rose petals, projects coming up soon with those. But first, I need to scrub and wash my dehydrator trays because Reagan, my son, picked my apples for me. These are all off of the volunteer apple tree that my daddy, rest in peace, helped me to save and is growing really well and beautifully out in the Wonderland garden. Only in the last couple of years have the apples begun turning red. I have tried them. They are really not super yummy just to eat, to snack on. So for me, these are definitely cooking apples or baking, what have you. We're going to dehydrate some. We are going to make some apple pie filling. We'll start with the dehydrating since I already have the dehydrator out, and then we will get down to the business of bottling. I know, you guys call it canning. Call it whatever you want. We are going to make some apple pie filling after we do some more dehydrated apple chips, which, by the way, are delicious. Oh, yes. It's going to be smelling so good in here today. Oh, it smells amazing. It just needs to be mashed. And then I will have me some apple butter. Oh, it smells so good. Just might have to make some wheat pancakes to put this on. Works really well with peanut butter on wheat bread as well. Aren't they gorgeous? I know they're like a little wonky looking in the middle because these are untreated apples. I am going to be looking for recipes and potions, if you will, to treat the apple tree in the spring. I don't want to use any pesticides, chemicals, stuff like that. So if you guys happen to have any recipes, tips, ideas for naturally, without pesticides or chemicals, treating an apple tree, please do tell me about it in the comments. But anyhow, these are going to be perfect for stuff I'm doing soon with decorations, for Halloween, for Samhain, for the solstice, for winter, for assorted like cottage witch wife things that I'm going to be working on. Yeah. And even in some like smudges and some bows, not hair bows, but like, you know, bows of, you know, foliage. I am so excited. I also am going to redo my oranges. Tragic, sad news. Apparently, even though they were dehydrating for like almost 3 days, it still was not enough. I'm going to have to like turn up the temperature or something. But those gorgeous oranges that I had dehydrated, they molded. The most frustrating. So I looked up like, what did I do wrong? Whatever. If they are at all sticky or tacky, they're not done. So this time they're going to be going for like a week in the dehydrator, or I might give in and just do them in the oven. But I don't want to do that. I have a dehydrator and I want to figure it out. So also, if you have tips, ideas on dehydrating oranges all the way, 100%, please tell me in the comments. But we succeeded on the apples. These are the most recent ones, and then the ones that were far prettier that didn't have like the kind of blackness in the middle. Those ones, they've been absolutely perfect. No mold issues. The kiwi, totally fine. Their vegetables and things that I've done, no problem. But the oranges, we're still learning. I am only just recently becoming a cottage wife. I have this container, Rubbermaid or Tupperware or whatever it is, Rubbermaid, that used to hold sugar, but now we have sugar up in those awesome containers. And so I cleaned this out and I'm going to start storing some of my dried, I don't know, herbs, maybe the dehydrated fruits and vegetables in this Tupperware. Why do I keep saying Tupperware? Because it's one of those universal words like Q-tip, Band-Aid, Kleenex. You know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I'm going to be using it to store some of those items. It is like, it's a good airtight seal. My only problem with it, it's small. And I'm doing a lot of dehydrating and we'll be doing so much more, especially now that fall, autumn is here like in full bloom, and there is so much that needs to be harvested before we end up with the first frost, which can come at any time because I live in Utah. So I will be on the lookout for more Tupperware containers. I love those ones. Look at this. Ugh, add that to the list. The kids put the groceries away for me and I'm so grateful, but we're gonna have to retrain on that. Hey, we are a real life family, real family. But I love these ones, but I would like to see if I can find some at the thrift store. So we will be going thrifting, looking for some good solid containers, airtight containers like this. It'd be great if they're cute. If not, that's okay too, because mostly they're gonna be like stored in the cupboards, and those will hold all of the stuff that I am drying because I am running out of room where I've been squeezing them in here. I've also got like my smudges and stuff like that, and I'll be making a bunch more of those. So we need to reorganize, and allocate some space.